Hey everyone, Dimitri here with another video. And listen, I thought it might be interesting to see what an expired maple syrup looks like and tastes like. And of course, today we are in January, all right, January 17th of 2022. And as you can see, this maple syrup expired 6 years ago, all right, almost 6 years ago. And this had been purchased at Costco in Montreal back in probably 2014, like maybe 15. All right, we brought it here to Rome from Montreal and then just left it, just forgot it in a pantry somewhere and dug it up just a couple of days ago, about a week ago, and it was still sealed. All right, it's not anymore because I opened the seal. I took it off. I just wanted to see if it smelled good, and it does smell really, really good. And I just decided to do this video because I asked people on Facebook, on various groups from Montreal. I asked them if it's still good, if they think I should eat it. And everyone said, like, go ahead, go for it, go eat it. And, sugar doesn't expire, salt doesn't expire, so why should maple syrup expire? So let's take a look. So the package itself, the bottle itself, you see it's 1 liter, all right? So it looks like brand new, all right? It looks like it was bought yesterday. And yeah, seal, as I told you, I took it off. And inside everything looks top shape. I mean, it's still pretty liquid. All right, you see it's a medium strength, as they say, and medium thickness syrup. All right, so yes, it is syrupy, of course, because it's syrup, but it's also, it runs better, let's say, than the thick stuff. So what people told me on Facebook is to shake it up real well, because they said there might be like a layer of sediment, like solidified or crystallized sugar at the very bottom, on the bottom of the jar. So they said shake it up and pour it into a glass container, and I have prepared one right here, and keep it in a dark, dry place, or keep it in the fridge, and it will last you a lifetime. So I want to shake it just a little bit. But if you do a tap test, it sounds about the same here. So it cannot be all solidified sugar, all right, or crystallized sugar. And it sounds pretty much the same wherever you tap, except for the top part, of course, because it's half empty here. But here, it sounds okay. It sounds like it's all liquid all throughout the bottle. So, but let's give it a good shake. And let's open it. Let's twist that open. And I want to pour just a little bit in this glass saucer just to see how well it runs. And it runs really well. It's not murky. It's clear. Caramel color is right there. Absolutely beautiful. It smells fantastic. It doesn't smell funny or funky at all. It smells like, like maple syrup is supposed to smell. So if we give it a taste, if we give it a try, let me see. Let me just dab it just a little bit. It tastes really, really good. All right, tastes really good. I mean, you have lots of walnut, sugar, like brown sugar flavor, very deep. I wouldn't call it medium anymore because it's much more intense. The flavor is much more intense. And actually the color, as you can see, is much darker than it's supposed to be. So now we're going to pour it off into this glass bottle and see how it flows. Flows beautifully. The bottle has been previously washed and sterilized. All right, there you go. Now we have 1 liter of syrup right there. Lots of air. All right, syrup actually traps air. That's why it's very important to keep it closed and to keep it in a dark place and cool place, because these air bubbles might have some kind of bacteria in them. I don't know, that's what I was told anyway. All right, the bottle is, as you can see, it has a nice rubber thing right there, so we can seal it nice and tight. No air is going to go in for sure. And now we have just a little bit here in the bottom. And you know what? I have another little glass and a little like flask kind of thing, jar kind of thing, and we're going to pour it off into this. And this, my friends, is let me see if I can find the expiration date. No, you know what? It's faded away completely. All right, it's so old. But it's not older than the other one, all right? It's not older than this one. I mean, this one we actually bought some like 1.5, 2 years ago, and we finished it recently. And so I'm gonna pour the rest of the syrup in here. All right, so to the last drop. All right, it flows beautifully. It doesn't look like there's any residue or any crystals anywhere, because it flows like water. It flows like it's been packaged yesterday, all right? Like if it was fresh. And of course, maple syrup will crystallize, okay? In contact with air, you can see what's going on here, all right? That's what happens. That's how it crystallizes. And this crystals, this sugar is good, all right? It's good to eat. It's safe to eat, all right? There's nothing bad about it. Okay. Now, what we have is an empty jar, plastic jar. My main concern was not that the syrup itself will go bad, but that the plastic container will begin to, had begun to deteriorate, and or basically started peeling off or chipping, or I don't know how it works. There are so many layers in this plastic bottle. It's possible that plastic will go into the content. From here it looks fine. All right, it looks more than fine, as you can see. So guys, as you can see, maple syrup that expired about 6 years ago, but stayed sealed in its original container, never been touched, and survived pretty well. And now we have a beautiful glass container that will go in the fridge, and a little one that will stay out for daily use, for pancakes and crap and things like that. All right. Maybe I will cut it open just to see what's inside and what it looks like on the inside. But I like this container so much that probably I'm just gonna rinse it off. Maybe I'm gonna stick it in the dishwasher and see how it comes out. Although people say not to do it, but yeah. And this is number 7 plastic, so you tell me what it means, all right? And you tell me where it goes if you want to recycle it. But most likely, I'm gonna keep it, all right? I keep everything. I don't throw away things that belong in the kitchen, because anytime, any day, you might need it. Just like this little guy here, all right? It stood there in the shell empty for about, for a couple of months, and I kept it. And it's clean, it's fine. And now we're gonna use it again, all right? So, maple syrup, at least in my experience, that stayed sealed in original package, even though it expired 6 years ago, is still absolutely good, if not better than it was when it was originally purchased. Take care. Don't forget to like this video, alright, and subscribe.